Wow. It's your boy Fanon. Crazy news, man, for Manny Pacquiao. Just got tweeted out by Mav Gonzalez, who is a boxing and sports reporter out of the Philippines. And I also got the article actually on gmanetwork.com. Like I said, man, you want to know information about Manny Pacquiao, man, you got to get it out of the Philippines and things like that. You can't get it from America. They slow on it. But look, Mav Gonzalez, and I tweeted it out on my Twitter, so if you follow me, you can get it, man. The Manny Pacquiao promotions of Senator Manny Pacquiao and the Golden Boy promotions of boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya will stage the Pacquiao-Matisse WBA Association welterweight title fight in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on June 24th. Wow. That is so deep on so many levels for me, man, because that's just crazy. Hey, first of all, before I get in that too, definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that we can talk about this on the live stream that I'm going to do later today. And the way that you'll know when the live stream is if you hit the bell icon, and we can talk, and you'll get notified of when it is. So with that said, also follow me on my Twitter. I tweeted this article out on my Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, you can see that posted to the page. Let me read the article first and go back, and I'll let you know what the thoughts are on it. Manny Pacquiao to fight Lucas Matisse on June 24th in Malaysia. Manny Pacquiao returned to the ring against WBA welterweight champion. That's going to be a WBA regular champion, Lucas Matisse, in Malaysia on June 24th. GMA News' Maeve Gonzalez, citing information from the fighter's information officer, reported that Pacquiao's MP Promotions will co-promote the event with Golden Boy Promotions. The 39-year-old Pacquiao, who also serves as a senator, supposedly selected the date so his training and fight would not interfere with his duties as a public official. He will begin training in April in General Santos City before moving to Manila from May 14th to June 1st. He will finish up his training camp in General Santos from June 2nd. Pacquiao has not fought since losing to Jeff Horn in a controversial fashion in Brisbane, Australia in July. Matisse, 35, who had previously campaigned in a lightweight welterweight division, won the vacant WBA title after defeating Thailand's Tikwa Kiram in July. Man, I got to tell you, man, this is interesting. First of all, Manny Pacquiao, this is what I said before. I remember 2 years ago, when people were talking about it after the Jeff Horn fight, about when Manny Pacquiao's contract was up with Top Rank. It was up at the beginning. It was supposed to be up according to what Bob Arum said in a news article when the last time Manny Pacquiao re-upped was that their contract was good through December of 2017. So that's actually on record of Bob Arum saying when his contract was up with Manny Pacquiao. So it seems as if that contract is up. And he moves to do a co-promotional deal with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. So in essence, Golden Boy Promotions backdoors Bob Arum, while at the same time, in honestly, man, in interesting fashion, because it was Bob Arum who was trying to backdoor Golden Boy Promotions in signing the fight, trying to negotiate for Vasily Lomachenko to fight Jorge Linares by going to the Japanese promoter of the Japanese co-promoter. I can't remember what their name is, but they're out of Japan. So, man, this is really interesting, man. And I think, if this holds up to be true, because, more than likely, man, there's going to be some lawsuits or something, filed by Top Rank. I wouldn't doubt that there would be, right? But this is interesting. And it's a good thing for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao against Lucas Matisse, I'm not guaranteeing that Lucas Matisse, Manny Pacquiao is going to beat Lucas Matisse, even though Lucas Matisse didn't look very good. It is a quote unquote title fight, the WBA title, which is up and out and away from the WBO and Bob Arum, man. So, it's just interesting in so many ways, man. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao for making this move. He should have left Bob Arum a long time ago. I do think that it's a good look for him to partner. I'm not a fan of Golden Boy Promotions at all. Do not get me wrong. I just think it's like, hey man, when you watch a battle between two snakes, man, and you see one get bit, it's hard. It's hard for me not to laugh when Bob Arum, who was just telling lie after lie after lie. I mean, just over and over and over again. I'm listening to this guy talk through the whole Jeff Horn situation. Like, he really does believe like that nobody, like there must not be an internet and people can go to Filipino I think it's Filipino news site. Somebody got on me for saying Philippine. Forgive me. But going to news articles that come out of the Philippines to hear what Manny Pacquiao's representatives oftentimes Manny Pacquiao was saying himself, right? So first it was that Manny Pacquiao wasn't going to take the Jeff Horn rematch. Bob Arum says he's not going to take the Manny Pacquiao rematch Manny Pacquiao's not going to take the Jeff Horn rematch because Manny Pacquiao has a scheduling conflict. But then you look up and you see what Manny Pacquiao said is it's not a scheduling conflict. It's that I want the fight to be in the Philippines. I don't want to go back to Vegas. I don't want to go back to Australia. So, and you hear out of Bob Arum that that there's a rematch clause that Manny Pacquiao has to take. And it was like, I did video after video, like, look, what does that mean? If Manny Pacquiao has the rematch clause, it only goes into effect if he exercises it. But being the kind of back dealing cat that Bob Arum is, he put in that rematch clause that if in order for Manny Pacquiao to exercise it, it had to be exercised. They had to take the fight in Australia, right? So it was just that set of stories, right? Then, we hear from him last week and he's saying that, Manny Pacquiao was going to fight, that Manny Pacquiao was going to fight on the undercard for Terence Crawford, Jeff Horn, and, that he had talked to the manager for Manny Pacquiao, and they were going to be wrapping that up, right? But yeah, they had heard something going on in the about him wanting to fight in the Philippines, but there's nothing to that, whatever, right? But here you go, boom, Manny Pacquiao is announcing that they're going to partner with Golden Boy Promotions to do this. It's just, just story after story after story. So, but as far as what this means for Manny Pacquiao, the thing that I like about it is I like that it's in Malaysia. I like that it's in that area of the world, and that this is somewhere for Manny Pacquiao to take the money that can be generated in this fight and share that money with people in the area, generally speaking, in the area that he's from. I have to get up on my geography and the relation between Malaysia and the Philippines or whatever, but pretty much it's on the continent that he's from. I think he should more than likely have a tremendous fan base there. I'd be very interested to see whether or not, how many, whether it's a situation where they can make a lot of money on the tickets, but whatever it is, if they come up with this money and you have Golden Boy Promotions promoting it as well, hey man, it could be an entree for this fight to be on HBO, which would be just such a wild double cross, man, of the original double crosser, Bob Arum, man. So now we see that Manny Pacquiao now is taking the route that was first taken by Oscar De La Hoya, but earlier in his career, right? Then Oscar De La Hoya, then Floyd Mayweather, now Manny Pacquiao. You got Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Manny Pacquiao Promotions more than likely is going to, if it's in Malaysia and it's in Asia, then he's going to have fighters under his card fighting for him in an area in the world where he can grow his business and he can use his name to create economic opportunity for the people that really are diehard supporters of him, and give back to the communities that are closest to the one that he came from. I didn't think after the video happened after the Jeff Horn fight, I was like, why would he go down to Australia if you have the I think it was Queensland, like the government of Queensland in Australia, willing to put up whatever the amount of money it was in order to get. I think they said they brought $50 million, 50 million Australian dollars into that local economy. Why would Manny Pacquiao, who is a public servant in that area of the world, right, not be willing to do the same thing in his own area in the world? I have to assume that there'll be people that are around him, people that he has business relationships with that'll be able to make a lot of money in that situation. And I'm really happy for him, man. I think that that's a smart move. Whether he can beat Lucas Matisse or not, Lucas Matisse didn't look that great. Lucas Matisse can punch, so he's got the ability to do that. But I think that Manny Pacquiao has enough left in the tank, to do that. So, good move for him, man. Now, as what this means for Top Rank is like, man, I'm hoping that it means that these cats are on their last leg, man, because ultimately I'm hoping that Terence Crawford catches on to this more quickly than Floyd Mayweather Jr. did. He would actually do it earlier than he could do it earlier than Oscar De La Hoya did, and definitely earlier than Manny Pacquiao did. If you look at the relationship between boxers and Top Rank, they're the big fighters for Top Rank. It winds up ending up like this, with the exception of maybe Sugar Ray Leonard. And I can't, I'd love to know what Sugar Ray Leonard's thoughts on it were on it, right? But at the guys that have come up after Sugar Ray Leonard, the big top rank fighters after Sugar Ray Leonard, because I do believe Sugar Ray Leonard was Top Rank. You have, people that are that leave and they do better after they leave. But it obviously takes these cats a lot of stuff to get out of there. It took a lot. Matter of fact, you have another guy in Mikey Garcia, who went through a big battle to leave Top Rank. And now he's back, he's with Al Heyman. Now I would have, he's with Al Heyman or with the PBC, and he's talking about Terence Crawford and, about how, that, he doubts if Terence Crawford will be able to get a fight with Errol Spence Jr. while he's at Top Rank because of the politics of it, man. But if nothing else for Terence Crawford, I mean, at least just look at how this thing goes down. Look at how this whole thing has gone down with Manny Pacquiao. And the relationship at the end of Manny Pacquiao's career went with Top Rank. First of all, I've said this before. Manny Pacquiao feels like he got set up going into the fight with Jeff Horn. I said that I could see why he'd think that was the case. Not necessarily because, I don't think Jeff Horn got robbed. I think it was a competitive fight, right? However, he certainly wasn't protected in that regard, because if that had happened in Malaysia, Manny Pacquiao probably would have got that decision. Secondly, he got in the ring with the guy who was a middleweight, right? The biggest disadvantage that Manny Pacquiao had is that he fought a guy that he's fighting a guy walking in the ring 20 pounds heavier than he is. Right. So, that was an issue. And then the thing about the rematch clause, where you have a rematch clause in effect. And I think this is also related to, I forget what the name of the manager for Manny Pacquiao is, but how do you get that? How do you have that type of clause in the contract where you have a rematch clause just in case you lose your title, but you're forced to get on the road to Australia for the rematch? That's a setup. That's a setup, because you're forcing. What type of leverage? Seriously, think about this. If you're Terence Crawford, or if you're another boxer thinking about what happened with Manny Pacquiao and Top Rank, how can you possibly? What kind of leverage did Jeff Horn possibly have in order to put that clause in the contract? Was he in the type of situation to say, yeah, if you want to rematch, yeah, I'll take the fight, but I'm not going to sign up for a rematch clause unless you agree that the rematch clause will be in Australia? What type of leverage did Jeff Horn have to put that clause in the contract? I can't see of any. Nobody knows who Jeff Horn is. Manny Pacquiao was the draw on the fight. Manny Pacquiao was the champion. How in the world how did that even come about? Right? In exchange for what? Maybe in exchange for the money that was put up by the Australians for the fight? Oh, yeah, we'll get, but if we lose, we got to have it here again. Still, if that was the case, then don't go to Australia. Don't go to Australia. If Bob Arum, the promoter for Manny Pacquiao, was being honest and straightforward, and that's another problem you have with in-house fights. Because when you have an in-house fight, the loyalty of the promoter is split between the two fighters. Because they're in a win-win situation either way, so they really will negotiate against you. And that's what it seemed like happened to Manny Pacquiao with Top Rank. So just the combination of the stories that Bob Arum was telling about what was happening around that fight, and the experience of Floyd Mayweather Jr., where Floyd Mayweather Jr., the most financially successful boxer in the history of the sport, one of the most, if not the most financially successful athletes, tells you, Mr. Crawford, Bud Crawford, that the biggest mistake he ever made was signing with Top Rank. And the best decision he ever made was leaving Top Rank. You got to listen to that. You got to listen to that and take that seriously. And while you're thinking, look at how, even with his best boxer, Top Rank's best boxer, how they're treating Terence Crawford in comparison to Vasily Lomachenko. How they lobbied, because they didn't get that. This is you call this for non-conspiracy theory if you want. Fine, I'll go with that. I don't believe there was an accident that the Boxing Writers Association of America gave Vasily Lomachenko the Fighter of the Year when he only fought two people in his own weight class, and Terence Crawford unified the 140-pound division as the first guy to do so since 2003. But yet, where was his promoter? Did his promoter lobby for him? Lobby for the Boxing Writers Association of America to recognize and vote for Terence Crawford to get that award? Of course he didn't. Because he's on TV talking about how great Vasily Lomachenko is. And how Vasily Lomachenko is a star like we've never seen. And how, Terence Crawford is on the level of a Sugar Ray Leonard and that, but he's not super, super special like Vasily Lomachenko's super special. I mean, we've never seen anything like Vasily Lomachenko before. It's time to go, bud. It's time to go. And go while the getting is good, man. Bud Crawford needs to get while the getting's good. And if you got trainers around you telling you to stay, if you got managers around you telling you to stay, hey man, you might want to go get a second opinion. Because Bob Arum pays all of those dudes too. See, that's the thing, man. There was a scene in the Ali movie where he fought Larry Holmes. I think it was a Don King movie. And you see one of the guys that delivers the package of money to Muhammad Ali after the Larry Holmes fight to Ali. And he's like, Ali's trying to talk to him about, whatever, saying, that he'd be back or whatever, basically being philosophical on the loss. And the only interest that this friend of Ali had was to get him to sign this piece of paper and take this $50,000. And that was Ali's friend. All of these guys, if you work under the banner of Top Rank, and that, like the manager, I think the manager for I'm not sure, I can't remember what the name of the manager is for. It might be Cameron Duncan. If Cameron Duncan manages more than one fighter for Top Rank, then dude, more than likely he cares more about the relationship with Top Rank than he cares about the relationship with you. So this is my plea to Bud Crawford, man. Please just, explore it. Just explore it, man. Because they're not giving any type of publicity to the Terence Crawford-Jeff Horn fight. And why? They wanted to do it on pay-per-view, and they tried to get Manny Pacquiao to pay for it. They tried to get use Manny Pacquiao's name on the tail end of his career to pay for it. It was ludicrous to assume that Manny Pacquiao would be willing to fight on an undercard. for Jeff Horn, a guy he felt like he got cheated against. Why would he do that? Right? Why would he do it? I thought to myself, why would he do it? That sounds bananas. He said that he wanted to fight Lucas Matisse. You know, top Bob Arum, being Bob Arum, says, no, yeah, I like that fight, but not right now. That's not going to happen right now. And Manny Pacquiao walks, I suppose, if this article's correct and it stands up to be true, right, as being reported out of the Philippines, he walks over to Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya says, hey, man, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. Yeah, I got Lucas Matisse right here, man. Let's co-promote. Where do you want to do it? We'll do whatever you want to do it. Hey, let's get the replay over on HBO, man. They need some ratings. I'll work with you. So, hey, man, I'm not a big fan of Golden Boy Promotions, man, at all, or Oscar De La Hoya. I got to say that every time, man. However, man, if he did a good job sneaking Bob Arum and getting Manny Pacquiao out from underneath Bob Arum, it's a good thing because that's what happened to Floyd as well. And with that, I'm out.